So they say identity drives behavior. What does that mean exactly? Well, when we want to change something, it's usually a good idea to identify with the habits that we're trying to change. Identify with somebody who might be acting in accordance with whatever the action is. So I'll give you a quick example. If you're wanting to start running or you're wanting to start jogging, run 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, that sort of thing, well, then you'll want to identify as a runner. And so, a really helpful and proactive and productive prompt, I think, for writing something down. And generally, when I write something down, it just makes it that much more concrete and it's easier for it to come to fruition. Sometimes just writing it down, it has that magical ability to come to fruition. And so, a prompt, whether it be a writing prompt or a journaling prompt, you can say, okay, how do I want to identify myself with the action that I'm trying to implement in my life? So if we're trying to implement healthier behaviors, what is the type of person who's going to implement those behaviors? What's their identity? How do they identify themselves? Do they identify themselves as somebody that's health conscious, that takes care of themselves, that actively works proactively towards improving their health, that exercises, that eats healthy foods generally, that lives a healthy lifestyle? Think of all the ways in which that person would identify themselves, and then you can act in accordance with those identifying traits as well. And like I said, sometimes it's easier to just write it down and then you're getting it down. There's something very concrete about writing it specifically, not necessarily even typing it, but writing it down. That pen to paper action can be very powerful. So hopefully that helps. Just remember, identity drives behavior. Our beliefs drive our identity, or create our identity rather, and then that drives our behavior. So if we identify as somebody who takes our health seriously, then we're more likely to act in accordance with that. And if we don't, then we tend to feel not so great, okay? Because it's not acting in accordance with how we identify ourselves. So we feel internally like there's a mismatch there.